Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Voices of Hult. Today, we have an incredible human being here that is a Brazilian Hult alumni with a lot of experience in many industries. So, Marcelo Carrullo, am I saying it right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Carrullo.
Carrullo. Oh, yeah,
Little bit Italian, a little bit Brazilian.
yeah.
Pretty much that.
Marcelo Carrullo. So, Marcelo, can you please tell us about yourself?
All right, thank you. So first of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure to go back to the campus. I love Holt. My name is Marcelo. I am a alumni here at Holt. I got my MBA almost 10 years ago. So since then, I have been living in Boston. I love the city. Not so much during the winter time, but I love that. I have been working in so many different sectors, industries. I have a previous, I'm an engineer, and then I got Master of Science in Finance, MBA Holt, and I have been working with venture capital since then.
That sounds very great.
What inspired your transition between engineer to entrepreneurship?
That's a great question. When do you, when you are an engineer, you are looking for solve problems all the time. So it's amazing. I missed that time. I had more hair. I was in shape. So then I decided to move to finance. But during this whole time, my main point in my professional career is how to solve problems. So when do we work for different corporations, you start solve problems to them. But when do we work as a founder, to run your own business, you start, solve your own problems or the problems that your startups are looking for to solve in the world, in the humanity, in some region, etc. So
And
that was amazing.
what do you think is the biggest challenge? Because like in your career as an engineer, I believe that it was probably like more stable. You know, you had a job, you had everything, and then as entrepreneurship, there's like a mindset where do you know what's gonna be the next challenge, or there's many challenges that you have to take into account. So
I tell you what, during my time as a founder, the only one that the only two people that was saying that look, that's a lot of glamour to become the owner of your business was my grandma and my mom. And I said, look, it's a lot of pain. It's Sunday to Sunday, so it's a huge challenge. And if you work for a corporation, every Friday night you close your day and go to the weekend to have some fun.
yes, of course.
When you are a startup, you work 24/7, Sunday to Sunday. But I tell you what, that was the happiest moment of my professional life.
Yeah.
I love to do that. I love to have my own colleagues, my own employees, and I have the opportunity to make some difference using my startups to solve some issues that I was so focused on that time.
Well, that's great. And what are some of the companies that you worked in and that you started on? Like,
I work for different big corps like ExxonMobil, Lafarge. So I had the opportunity to work in France, Morocco, Canada, Brazil, US. That was amazing. They are so international. They have so many rules, the compliance. It's a wonderful school to learn the process and how to follow the rules. That was great. That's a good training for you to be more disciplined in your life, to get a lot of discipline in your life. And Exxon, Lafarge, a big media entertainment group in Brazil named Global. And then I moved to my Master of Science in Finance. That's when everything started changing.
oh, nice, nice.
Nice. And what led you to Hoot? And how did it shape your vision about like the entrepreneurship and the business world?
Yeah.
Um,
Did that have something to do with Hot, or it started before you got your MBA here? Like,
Before I used to do that in a like a small environment because I'm from Brazil,
yes.
and even I had an international career, I was more prepared to work in the Brazilian region and Brazilian culture. But Hold is you have a huge difference. You have in this room people from different countries. I got my MBA. I had two cohorts and 150 people, 45 different countries. So that was amazing. I could exchange the culture to do business, the culture to not hurt some feelings,
Yeah, of course.
some stuff that when you are outside dealing with different clients, different suppliers, different partners, you need that, right? And so if you want to become global, Holt is the right place to stay. That was
100%.
that was great, right? You probably agree with that. Even if you are so young, you're get more experience. You pretty much understand different cultures, different behaviors. That's great. There's so many respect you have here from the professors, from the dean, from the even your colleagues in your class. That's great.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared to become.
And is there any culture specifically that you remember that really impacted you or like you really enjoyed learning from in your
Oh,
classroom?
definitely when you have your friends from Asia,
Yes.
that's totally different. Totally
100%.
different. We are from Brazil. I used to live in France. I used to live in Canada, but it's more like Occident, the other part of the world. Not so many, different the way they talk in the morning, even the way they get dressed.
Yeah, they're from another hemisphere of the earth,
Oh yeah,
literally. Like,
absolutely. And the food, right? So you
oh
learn a
yeah.
lot about you learn a lot about food all the time.
100%, yeah, for sure. I believe that's one of the great things about Halt is like you get to be involved with every culture, and especially like in the future, if you like want to go to any other industry, like you know people probably that
Absolutely,
have some experience
absolutely.
on it. So based on that, can you tell us a bit of how you started your entrepreneurship journey, or like what was one of the first few companies that you started, or like one of the your first ideas?
I tell you what, when I was senior vice president of a French company in Paris, and something really came up totally out of the blue. I got a cancer, and the doctor came to me and said, "Look, you have only 6 months ahead."
Oh, that's
And I said, "What?
that's crazy. No, that's
let's try to negotiate here because 6 months is not much, right?" Yeah.
no, not at all.
It
Like,
was crazy, and I was like, what I'm doing in my life, working as working craziest every single day for other people, but I'm not really happy here, and I'm still alive. 20 years later, I mean, I don't see dead people, so you are alive, right? So I'm
of
still
course,
alive.
thank God.
And that's
Thank
the
God.
really turn on point, the turnaround point in my life. I start thinking that I want to do things by myself. And being an entrepreneur, it's really a huge challenge, but it's amazing because you need money, you need time, you need expertise, of course, but you need resilience, and you're working with something that you true believe, right? You don't work for other people, you work for yourself, but it's something that you true believe. And that was amazing. The transition was great. So I decided to run my own business, leave everything behind, and that was.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a challenge definitely because nobody likes to hear that they're
No,
gonna.
no, of course. I tell you what, it's not a sad story. It's a happy story.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good shift on mindset that you
Yeah.
had from what I can hear, and I'm really glad like you got to follow this path. But like, what are some of the companies or ideas that you had after that experience?
I got three companies, three different one. One is IT, and I broke badly. That was a great experience. I broke badly. I lost everything that I had, and then I start something really out of the blue. I start running a tattoo studio. Was
Oh, that
making
sounds
tattoos?
interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Don't ask me about that. But
I mean,
I was more like an investor, but I got some tattoos, and my business partner did that a lot, and that was great because you have to deal with the artists. It's
yeah.
a totally different mindset. I
It's a
was
totally different industry from like
totally
finance
different,
and
totally different that. So I tried to apply my knowledge that I got from different companies and process and stuff like that. And that was great. I did some money, and then I start doing something that I'm passionate is in education sector. So I run for 4 years a business in education, and I love it. I love it. That was
can you
amazing.
tell us a bit more about it?
Oh yeah, so we help people from undergrad to be more prepared to the market, but without, when you, for example, venture capital, okay, you don't have a university of venture capital. You have finance, you have business, you have so many different professional background, but you never work in actually or study actually venture capital. So if you go to the market, you have to restart everything. You have to learn, you have to understand the different vision from an investor, the different size of checks, the different process of investment, and blah, blah, blah. So what I did is start looking for those guys, preparing those guys to the market. And part of our business was to prepare people with not with a very vulnerable conditions.
Yeah.
In Brazil, we call favelas, but you have a non-government. Oh shit! That was difficult.
It's difficult.
It's difficult company. So we started doing something for good. So being a guy that born without anything, without resource, without helping from the society, go there and prepare those guys to go to the market. Man, you end of the day, you are really, really, you accomplish something that you are really happy.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's like gives you a lot of satisfaction seeing them,
The success
seeing them
is
grow,
amazing.
seeing like develop their ideas and like anything they wanna like do
Exactly.
in the future. I feel like it's
And matchmaking those guys, because if those guys, they have no opportunities in some companies because they don't have a very solid formation or they can become an entrepreneur. You can become entrepreneur for love, or you can become entrepreneur for pain. But those guys could help their families. Probably the first guy to get a good salary, the first guy to get a good education in their family, and that transformed their lives and transformed some specific regions in Brazil. And
yeah,
that's
sounds
amazing.
great.
As a venture capitalist, what do you look for it in the area? Like, what do you look for it in the business, in the startups? What do you?
You mean the specific
Like for
sectors?
example, the people they since you said you mentioned you're in education, like what are you looking for like in the people that you like get to collaborate with or like help with? Like is there specific people like anyone that has an idea you can help it out?
In my specific case, I'm totally agnostic in terms of sector,
Yeah.
but I love education. So I know that you can make some money with fintechs, biotechs, some other different sectors. But when I see some entrepreneurs or some startups in the education sector, I quickly fell in love and I start go deeply because I know we have this expression in venture capital that's smart money.
Yeah.
So it's not only about money, but also about if you are a good advisor or a good mentor to the entrepreneurs. And because I love the education sector, every time I try to go deeply and not only provide the money, but also stay there together with the founder.
No, yeah, that sounds great. And I feel like, for people that are really interested in venture capital, it's, that's a good way to manage all that money because, like, I feel like some of the challenges is that, okay, like finding funding, first of all, it's very, very challenging for
Yes,
any idea, any entrepreneurship. And I'm sure, like, in your past experiences, you know a lot about it.
I do. I
But
do.
then I feel like a lot of people need help, like, managing it, like, making it as efficient as possible. So, like, for those people that are, have an idea and like they want to get funding and want to make it grow in the future, what recommendations would you give them or like how to structure their idea?
This is a great question. You need to expose yourself. You need to have some specifics like your capital needs, the use of proceeds, your business model, how you're gonna make money. But mainly, you need some good labels. When you are very new in this market, you have nothing, you don't have clients yet.
Yes.
You need to good labels. Meaning, if you stay in an acceleration process with some, I don't know, Y Combinator or some tech stars or stuff like that, you get some good label that you stay there for 3 months, 4 months. And when the investor comes to you, say, look, who are you? I am a Juan and I have my business, but okay, you have been done. Well, I passed through a good acceleration process when I got discipline, when I understand how to report, when I understand how to use the money, when I understand to mark the market fit of your product to the market. Oh, that's great. So you have a good tracking starting not in a huge tracking, but you already started. And if you go there, you're gonna face good investors, different size of the checks. If you are very, if you are starting everything, you go to the angel investors, you get some really small money, but it's good because you can run your business for a while. Then you go for the other check size.
Yeah, so you basically mean like it's building some foundation, so like
Exactly.
participating in the Y Combinator as you mentioned,
Exactly.
like
You
getting
participate
experience from
on
that.
startup competitions, for example. And you say, okay, I got the third place in some startup competition. Oh, that's amazing.
That's great.
If you are the third one, probably you have something good. Let's go deeply for that.
100% actually. And here in school, you probably obviously heard of it. Like we have Holt Prize here,
Yeah, yeah.
so I believe that that's a good way to start for people that have ideas like around Holt. They always like participate in the competition that we have on campus. That I think it's coming up soon probably, but I think that's a really good way to start, and it's a thing that entrepreneurs should focus on in the beginning to get some funding.
And during this process, like a Holt Prize, you're gonna learn a lot. I am a judge in some startups competitions, and the main point is not only to win or get the money, but also the feedback you have from the judges, because there are people that have been in the market for a while. They are already broken, they already make some money, but they can give some good advice. They can stress your business model, and you try to understand, you try to figure out that I can do better. Right.
100%. And since talking about Holt, and like I also wanted to know, like when you went to college, like for international students, because as you know, I'm from the Dominican Republic, Nico is from Brazil. It's like a very international school. It's very hard for us to like get experience, and apart from the entrepreneurship world where we have ideas, we want to start like a company here. It's very hard for us to get some opportunities here. You have been around in Boston for a while now, I believe. So, what recommendations would you give to us as undergrad students? Like, what opportunities should we look for in order to know to like get experience and be ready for the job market or for any ideas that we want to go in the future?
Yeah, I tell you what, US is all about network. Okay, you do need to do network all the time, all the time. People need to see you. You have so many events outside. You can go there. Some of them are free. You can get some free beers. Okay, okay. I don't know
Noted.
if I give this advice here, but you need to be there. You need to be prepared to have your own pitch, your own 2 minutes pitch, to talk to them, to see, to get some feedback. And if you decide to go, if you decide to take this path, you need, of course, your hard skills, but you need to work on your soft skills. Resilience is mandatory, of course, because you get a lot of no's. When I got my first startup, I tried to find some money, and I got more than 100 no's.
Oof.
I was like, man, I'm so stupid. I don't get a yes here. But you need to be resilient, okay, of course. But here at Holt, it's amazing environment. You have the student service that can help you a lot. You have the professors. Professors have been there for a long time. Okay, talk to them. They are there. That's one of the most incredible international business school. Holt it's like that. They are so available to you. They have this willing to help all the time. Even the Jean Mary, she's amazing. She's great. She can talk to you. She knows everyone. People from student service, they know everyone. And of course, you need those good tools like LinkedIn. Go there, be prepared. Okay?
Yes, of course.
Currently, you have AI. You don't have a lot of effort. You go to AI and say, look, make me feel like very attractive to the market.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
gonna
Like
help you, okay?
exactly, like make this description sound more appealing, or like.
Exactly. And again, you are in Massachusetts. You have 83 universities here, okay? And you have Harvard and MIT right on the corner.
Yes.
You have so many free courses there. Go there, stay there for a 1 month, or even online. You get a good stamp, a good label for you, and that's gonna, prepare your whole resume in a different level. They're gonna ask you, hey, you being in Boston, what did you do? I just went to watch Celtics game. Okay, just that. Man, you are 5 miles from Holt, from Harvard, 5 miles from MIT. What in Holt? Did you use your time there? And if you don't need to. Of course, you can have fun here. That's an amazing city to live.
Correct.
But you need to be conscious that that's a great time in your life. Okay, and you're gonna achieve things that probably your parents didn't achieve. So that's a great opportunity here.
100%. That's a great advice. As you mentioned professors, which I believe we had a great sets of professors. Do you
Oh
have
yeah.
anything specific one that comes to
Oh,
mind that you want to thank
I
or
don't.
shout out?
I just worry if I forget some of them, but Professor Sullivan, he's a great guy. Daniel Denef, it's one of the best you have here. He teaches the same stuff here. He teaches in Harvard. He has a lot of books, amazing books. Professor Rob, he's great. Professor Victoria, you have a plenty of great professors here. Knock the door. Say, look, I am Juan, I'm Nicole. I want to talk. Do you have 15 minutes? And I tell you, man, 15 minutes with Daniel Danef, 15 minutes with Professor Sullivan, it's evaluated. It's the same that you have a 2 month class. Okay?
Well,
Trust me.
yeah,
I
for
did
sure.
that, right?
Yeah, I'll take it into account because I
Yeah.
have some great professors now this semester, so I'll really
That's
like to,
good.
get some advice.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah, same.
So, well, now that we're closing, I also wanted to, ask you mainly what right now it's your main inspiration in your entrepreneurship world. Like I know you like run basically like your business, your own business, and I believe that you seem like you're in a very happy place like in your life. So, for you, what's your main inspiration right now? Or what's like something that inspires you every day, or like something that makes you keep going?
Uh, People, definitely. I in venture capital, you have the opportunity to start your life discussing fintechs, have lunch discussing biotech, close your day discussing I don't know education, but you have so many smart people over there, and that's amazing. It's a learning process all the time. You have smart people coming up every single day in the world, and being there, being a good listener, you can understand what they are trying to do, what they're trying to achieve. And my role is just to, okay, let's put that in a very, timeline, a very good timeline to understand step by step, to organize your mindset,
Yeah,
something
man.
that you can, make money or make the difference or whatever. That's my role. But what I love is that every single day I meet different people from different countries, and I learn too much.
Oh,
Too
that's
much.
great. And based on that, for you, what do you think is the next step in your journey?
Oh, that's great. I start make some fundraising to have my own investment fund,
Yeah.
and I have been there for a while, and now it's time to have my own investment fund with different colleagues, with different investors, and start with as a club deal, but we can transform that in an investment fund and make some good investments. And
Has it
some
been
succeed.
challenging, like that,
It
trying to build it?
is. It is because I'm when I have to prove myself to get money from investors, right? Not only the startup need to prove themselves to get money from myself, but I do need to prove myself to get some LPs, some very wealth guys in the world that they say, okay, why I'm gonna invest in Marcelo and the ability that he can manage my money. So when you have a co-op behind, it's great. But when you are alone on your own, you need to prove yourself all the time. So my pitch needs to be very good. So that's the same challenge you as an entrepreneur has with me. I have the same one with investors. But it's gonna work.
Yeah,
Okay?
100%. I wish you the best of luck in that.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Of course.
So something that we do here in Voice of Hold that Nico is gonna give me the honors to ask this question. He said the last guest asked a question to the following guest.
Oh,
So before that, make sure you have a question prepared for our next guest.
I think.
But Nicole, can you remind me of the last question of
Yeah.
our last episode?
How would you implement AI and machine learning tools for tasks in your daily life?
All right, AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we just talked. You mentioned ChatGPT and how we can use it for our resume and our LinkedIn.
No, I tell you what, about 10 years ago, everyone started talking about tech, right? Fintechs, insurtechs, biotechs. I was like, I'm going to change my name to Marcelo Tech to increase my personal valuation. Okay?
100%.
Nowadays, everything related to AI. I'm gonna answer that as an investor in the investor side. Okay, uh, think about we have 8.2 billion people in the world. They have basic needs. They need healthcare. They need food. They need place to live. They need mobility. They need all of those that are extremely basic. They're gonna still need that forever. My point as an investor is AI is a tool. Okay, there's no way out. Way out. You need to use AI nowadays, and you're gonna need
100%.
AI a lot. But think how to use AI to solve or to help or to transform in a easy way all those basic needs. Okay, AI to help to have more food available. AI to help people to get a better healthcare system. All of that, that's something that I'm looking for all the time. So if you can concentrate the use of this wonderful tool to help the population, man, it's gold on your hands. Okay,
100%.
that's something that you have company that provide AI or develop AI, a company that embed all AI in their business. Think about how to use that to help those business, to help basic needs, to help populations. That's it.
100%. Yeah, I think it's definitely something life changing. Like it's definitely a tool that all companies should like use to make it more efficient and everything.
Yeah.
So, what will be a question that you would like to ask our next guest?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't have a prepared question, but during our conversation, I was like, look, I am alumni in Holt,
Mm-hmm.
and if you go to the AI, you can, set up stuff like, okay, prepare an avatar with someone that already studied in Holt
Yeah.
and have a 20 or 30 years experience. And they're going to help us in our podcast to give a good message to all our students. Okay? Okay. You're not going to need me, right?
Yeah,
You're going to
I mean,
prepare everything like, and why you need Marcelo for that?
don't you think that's like scary that like who might be
Extremely. And that's my
replaced?
question. That's my question. How you can make yourself valuable in the area of AI? How you make a personal, make this kind of material with this kind of mind and the whole background that you have been studying in your life, where you have experience in your life, how to make yourself valuable to the society if you have so many tools solving everything else.
That's a great question because, for example, nowadays, like, just to give you and especially for me, Nicole, that we're studying now, like, I could become a writer and I could write like a good story, but maybe there's an AI tool somewhere over there that could make
Yeah.
like a 10 times better, like, way
I,
faster than me.
I have two daughters. Okay, one she's in Australia. She has been there for 10 years. She's a chemical engineer. Okay, she is in a strategy area of Volkswagen, if electrical car. She uses AI a lot in the production area. Okay, I have another daughter, totally different. She's a vocal performer.
Oh,
She's
nice.
studying in New York.
Wow.
She's a musician. And she has been using AI a lot to, prepare some harmony, to prepare the songwriting stuff, blah blah blah. Both, that's the challenge they have. They use AI a lot, but why she's gonna be interesting? Why you can still go to the Taylor Swift,
Yeah, exactly.
right performance? Why? Because there is something different there. There is something specific there. There's talent there. And my other daughter, as a chemical engineer, working for vehicles production stuff, how she can be useful to Volkswagen if the AI controls everything, controls the production line, controls the delivery of the car, controls the quality, how she can be useful for that. And this is a good challenge for you guys. I don't know. I'm getting old. Probably I'm gonna retire for a while. The oldest is yours, so
No, yeah, yeah, it's a challenge for everyone nowadays for sure.
yes, it is. I don't know how to answer that, but good luck.
Yeah, I know that next guest will probably have a great answer prepared. So Marcelo, I think we're running out of time, but thank you so much for this amazing talk. I feel like personally, I feel like very, very inspired after this, especially now in like our journey on study and graduating from Holt. It's gonna be very, very fun for some of us. So we're really, really looking forward for the future and see how everything turns out. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. I tell you what, I'm so happy to be here. I'm a huge fan of Voice of Hope. So you guys do a great job. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.